Wales win. Meg roars as British choose Louis to be national treasure after coronation. Forget Archie. Prince Louis has no idea that he's basically a national treasure because the Prince and Princess of Wales shield their children from the media. The royal has won a legion of fans with his antics, from sticking his tongue out at his mother to dramatically covering his ears on the Buckingham Palace balcony. He didn't disappoint over the king's coronation weekend and was spotted cheering for his grandfather from his carriage, exclaiming, "Yaaaay Say King, Yaaaay King." He was also seen excitedly pointing at royal fans and whispering to his sister, Princess Charlotte, as they departed Westminster Abbey on Saturday, 6th of May. Previously, Prince Louis won fans at the Trooping the Colour celebrations in June of last year, where he pulled a series of hilarious faces, including covering his ears in front of the Queen when the sound of the roaring plane engines became just too much. He clearly has a talent for stealing the show at royal engagements, but expert Jenny Bond has now suggested that the youngster is likely not aware of his fame. She told OK Magazine they wouldn't be aware of all the ongoing press coverage about them. I'm sure they're being shielded largely from that. Louis probably doesn't know that he's basically a national treasure at this point. Miss Bond went on to say that the royals will likely have just heaved a great sigh of relief now that the coronation is over. It would have been quite easy for the kids, who are very resilient, to just park that and get back to their routines at school, and will be back to enjoying playing football, rugby, cricket, and anything with a certain amount of relief that it's over, and they did a very good job. Louis was on fine form for the king's coronation, appearing disinterested as he yawned throughout the ceremony and pointed at things on the ceiling of Westminster Abbey. When his sister tried to hold up the order of service for him to have a look at, he looked the other way and was seen yawning as he entered the Abbey while holding hands with Charlotte. During the national broadcast, Louis was seen kicking his feet around, forcing his mother Kate to whisper to him. The adorable prince later grumpily slumped back in his seat, proving that the long service was possibly too much for a 5-year-old. The prince was not initially supposed to attend the coronation, however, it appears that the last minute the family decided to include him in the service. Later on, Louis gave an animated display on the Buckingham Palace balcony as the mall was swamped by tens of thousands of cheering patriots. The prince pulled silly faces during the RAF flypast, which had to be scaled back to just helicopters and the red arrows because of the heavy rain in London. The cheeky royal stuck out his tongue and looked astonished as the red arrows flew over the palace, which was caught on the national broadcast. Before that, while George, Charlotte, and Louis featured prominently in Saturday's service, cousin Archie was celebrating his 4th birthday thousands of miles away in California. Prince George and siblings Charlotte and Louis underlined precisely why the future of the royal family lies in their hands during the coronation of grandfather Charles III on Saturday, royal expert has said. However, Hilary Fordwich lamented the fact that Prince Archie, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's son, was unable to join his cousins for the lavish occasion at Westminster Abbey, saying together he and Louis in particular could have made a great team. The Fab Three were the focus of intense public interest, with 9-year-old George in particular playing a starring role as one of the King's 4 pages of honor. Ms. Fordwich, a Washington-based British business development consultant with a keen interest in the British royal family, told Express UK the focus on the next generation of royals was on full display. The cheers as their carriage passed along the mall and excitement at seeing Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis was palpable, she continued. The extensive focus on how faultless Prince George was, Princess Charlotte's outfit, the maternal role she took towards Prince Louis, and then all his antics were an indication of where the media focus is turning.